Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. It's time for us to talk about Love Island USA. I believe this is episode 6, okay? So let's just go ahead and get right on into it, okay? Voting. Did y'all vote? Did y'all vote? Let me know if you guys voted. I thought that the night before was the votes, but it was actually, last night was the time for the people to go ahead and do their voting and stuff. And I believe you're supposed to vote for who you wanted the bombshells to be coupled up with. And I did not get a chance to vote. So I did not vote. But if it was me, that's why I want to know what y'all chose to do. And hopefully some of y'all put y'all vote in for me. I would have did Sincere and Soul. I would have done Caleb and Kenzie. And then I would have done Jen and Gabe in my personal. But y'all let me know what you all decided on at the end of the day. Okay. So Sincere. Y'all know he's pissed off with Melody or Melanie. Why? Because she was doing too damn much when she was over there on the bed, okay? Kissing Sincere, then kissing Corbin. Kissing Sincere, then kissing Corbin. Kissing Sincere, then kissing Corbin. She was just doing too damn much, okay? And she knew, and nobody's gonna convince me that she did not know. I don't care how many times she tries to tell us that, how many times she tried to tell us that. Girl, you knew what you was doing, okay? And the way she went around talking to people, trying to get them the same sob story, and the reactions they was giving was a key, especially KC, right? But you got Sincere upset. He's like, man, Melanie was going crazy. Like, why was Mel over there going crazy? He ain't even her type. Like, Kenzie wasn't even doing the most. So he's Kenzie's type. Like, what's she on? Like, that's crazy. So he's pissed, right? He felt like he was embarrassed. Like, why would you do that? You got to your person. Then you went over here. Then you went over there. Like, yeah, she was being extra. So Kenzie learns that Bryce knows the blonde. She learns this information by way of Trinity. And then she said, what? He knows the blonde? The fuck? And I was like, Kenzie, now you know you don't talk like that. You've been around your Black Islanders a little too long. The fuck? I'm like, girl, what? What is this? I had to rewind and say, who the hell said that? Who said that? Kenzie. Either way, Jen and Soul, they go to sit with the guys, and this is what we learn. We learned that Jen is actually a model out in LA, and this is how she actually knows Bryce because they've been working on some modeling campaigns or whatnot together. So they're very familiar with each other. Obviously, they have not hit it off before, so I want to believe that there ain't no connection there, but you just never know in Love Island. I don't know. Okay. I think right now Bryce is going to stick with what's safe for him at the end of the day. Now, Jen, she talks about loving Taylor Swift down because one of the guys asked her, what is a red flag? And she said, I love Taylor Swift. Okay. So if you come around and you start turning down my Taylor Swift, we're going to have a problem. Okay. That's a red flag for me. And I was like, interesting. I don't think I've ever been like that about a musical artist because you don't like a musical artist that I like, or you're not tuned into them like that, I'll see that as a red flag. I was like, okay, I guess that was her way of just not really going deeper or something. But either way, Zach was quick to jump up and say, I like Taylor. I like Taylor Swift. I like her. That's my girl. Okay. Now, so her red flag is a guy that's nonchalant. She like a guy that's very clear, focused on her. She don't really like a guy that's nonchalant. And I feel like a lot of times with a nonchalant guys, you just have to keep probing and trying to find out whether they really into you, like you, whatever the case is, or whatever. Okay. And when I hear her say that she doesn't like a nonchalant guy, I think about Corbin. Do y'all think, as I was saying that, I'm thinking about Kate, y'all think Casey be nonchalant? Meanwhile, that's why my girl Anaya over there be trying to figure out where the hell she staying or something like that. Maybe he a little piece of nonchalant too. But then it also gives that he may be a bit more reserved and shy, which I feel like nonchalant and, being shy are two different things. Right. But all in all, let me know your thoughts. Now, going back to Soul and her not wanting this nonchalant guy, I thought about Corbin because remember, Corbin had this conversation with Melanie. And when he was talking to Melanie, he said, people call me or people often tell me I'm nonchalant. Right. And I say, yeah, she definitely ain't trying to holler at nobody like you. Corbina. Okay. I saw y'all call that man cornball. A mess, honey. But either way, so I don't think it would be him. Now, Jen asked if they're scared to venture out. And Zach said, I mean, I ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? I can get in the paint with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like I just did. But, I'm really happy with where I'm at the end of the day. So, like, we cool over here. And then Sincere, like, well, wait a minute. Let that man speak for himself because I'm open. You know what I'm saying? I'm always open now, okay? Because my girl was over there showing her ass, all right? And that really right there was a red flag to me, her jumping up and down on the damn bed for a man that she ain't even interested in. I'm confused on why she doing all of this and pumping her fist and jumping up and down and throwing pillow, like just doing too fucking much. And it's so funny because now you're doing too damn much over somebody coming in for Kenzie. But when the girls wanted Kenzie to be the first one to sit with the other bombshell, we ain't even gotta go there. Okay? When you weren't jumping up and down for Kenzie, then you was jumping up and down for your damn self, but it's okay. It's all right. It is what it is. We are here now. So he says that, it's a red flag. And I don't know because it's like, yeah, it's a red flag, but at the same time, with Sincere, this isn't the first time Sincere has labeled something a red flag with Melanie. And I wonder if he's really into Melanie. Do you really like Melanie, or did you like Melanie because out of the girls in the villa, she was the most attractive at the time to you? Is she really your normal type? Or is it that out of the types that are here, I would prefer this type? Like, I don't know, because I'm just trying to see if you really like her, because even when they did that first, I don't know if it was the first challenge or not, and she talked about how she ghosted somebody for getting her an engagement ring. He said that was a red flag that you ghosted somebody. And I'm like, bro, we talking about high school. Like, really? And you want to call that a red flag? Like, are we serious? And it gave that you were trying to figure out an out. And then, you had the whole situation where he didn't really talk to her the whole day and stuff. So it's like, dang, something else must have happened between them that we did not get to see. So I'm just wondering. Now, this, I feel like he has more of a reason to feel the way that he feels this time, because I mean, she really was doing the most in front of everybody. Like, no other person did the most than she did. Girl, like, I can't. Now, I will say, when they saw that white boy come in, they started looking down there at Kenzie and shit. I mean, that's the most people did, was look down, but they ain't do all that extra stuff that she was doing. Or no, when the girls came in, they started looking down there. And I think they looked down there too when they saw the guy come. But all in all, Melanie did too much. I understand the red flag, but then when I hear that from him, it still makes me question, how interested in her are you? All right. So he says he's gotten 2 new state of the art Christmas presents. And what is he supposed to do with them? Just look at them? Hell no, he ain't gonna look at them. I'll get in the paint with them. So that's what it is. Now, Caleb goes and he sits with the ladies. In the midst of him sitting with the ladies, I see that Melanie ass know how to sit her ass back. Now she know how to sit her ass back this time. Tell you that. Kenzie the one over there going crazy over the guy and doing the absolute most. But okay. At least you on the end with yours and you ain't blocking nobody view, girl, and doing too much. At least you ain't interrupting him mid-conversation to pull his ass for a chat that you're going to get anyway. Okay, let's keep going. So the bombshells at some point go off and they talk. And Soul says when it comes down to the guys that she's interested in, it's giving Sincere, Casey, and Corbin. Those were the kisses that stood out for her. Now, I'm not even going to hold y'all. When she first got there and she kissed Corbin, baby, that kiss was hot and steamy. Girl, that kiss was steam. Do you hear me? But I guess they're not that interested in each other. Now let's get to the girls, because it looks like Zach is mad at Kata because Melanie was saying something like, I don't care what we did or said, to any of them. I don't even care. I don't care. That's what she said, but she cares. Either way, Zach is pissed. KC, he's cool, all right? He says because he doesn't know the ladies like that. Right? He says one of the girls does look like his ex, but right now he cool. He not mad at nobody. He just chilling. You know what I'm saying? He good. Okay. Anaya's pissed off though. She's pissed off because she said KC was over there cracking jokes and she ain't see nothing funny. She said, ain't shit funny. I could tear down a whole fucking building. Ain't nothing over there funny. Okay. She says every time someone comes in, she's super reassuring. She doesn't react crazy and she don't do too damn much. Okay. All the things that she obviously feels that Melanie does, but refuses to tell her to her face. Okay. So she's like, I don't do any of that. So for him to be acting like that, talk about some damn he blessed to be with my girl, she did not like it at all. Now Melanie is concerned, right? And she told the ladies that no, I'm sorry, she told us in the confessional that she had a nightmare, right? She said, I had a nightmare that a bombshell came in and she stole my man and she had green hair. Something like that, she said. She said, look at me, I got on green. I said, no, that's the wrong green, baby. But you was on the money because the hair wasn't green, but the eyes were giving green. The eyes were giving green to me. Now they may have been gray or something. They was giving green. Yeah. So you dreamed right. I don't think it was a nightmare, girl, but it may have been some deja vu, bitch. Crazy. All right. So either way, Melanie says that she's a psychic or whatever. Okay, girl. Okay. So Sincere is still not over Melanie's extraness. He is not over it. He says she knew she was kissing Corbin. She kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he just was kind of embarrassed, right? And Kata on the other side says, thank God none of these ladies are Zach's type. You sure? You sure none of them are Zach's type? Because truth be told, you and damn Soul look like y'all could be sisters, soul sisters, okay? Y'all look like y'all could be sisters. The only difference is I don't think he likes pixie cuts. If her hair was about as long as Kata's, I think Soul would have definitely been some competition for Kata, in my opinion. But I don't think he likes the pixie cut too much, okay? Gabe. Gabe says he's still open because he wants to actually leave the villa with somebody. But Gabe, I don't believe shit you talking about. Um, when you got around to kissing Soul, told me everything that we already knew and confirmed whatever else we needed to know. Okay. You can be packed up very quickly for me. Anywho, he said he want to leave the villa with somebody. We gonna see, child. Now, Baya says that the blonde is Gabe's type, and she can't compete with that. Why she said I think that was the time when she said she couldn't compete with it because she don't got blonde hair, she don't got big boobs, and she got one leg. So the lady started laughing, and although it was a bit funny, it's like every episode I feel like, and it's no disrespect, and maybe that's a coping mechanism. I don't know what that's really about, honestly, but producers is so okay because I'm sure she jokes about it all the time, but we don't have to hear it every time. Now I'm just like we don't have to hear it every time. And I was gonna get y'all if Zach ass wouldn't. I'm sorry, not Zach, but if Sean would have still been here, I would have been on y'all ass about him having saying to her every time she pulls somebody for a chat, can you bring them back in one piece? I was like, why he keep saying that? But I'm like, maybe it's an inside joke between them. But if it goes beyond that episode, yeah, let's okay. We ain't got to put all that in there, okay? So he's gone, and I haven't heard nobody else say that. But all in all, like, okay, girl, we know. At this point, we don't even be thinking about that damn leg. We be like, I don't be thinking about that. I don't be thinking about none of that until you say something. Okay, like when her and Gabe was laying on the laying out the other day, and he ended up kicking her foot by accident, and he was like, "Oh my bad, sorry." She was like, "I can't feel it." And I'm like, "That's funny." The jokes be funny though, it do. But some part of me is like, we ain't got to do it every time. We ain't got to do it every time, girl. Okay. But he was cracking the hell up. But you know, that's her personality. That's what she do, child. Okay. It ain't my body. So whatever you do what you want to do. And you could crack on yourself till next year, however long you want to do it. I'm just like producers, we don't have to see it every single time. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So, okay, Trinity. All right. Trinity and Baya decide they're gonna get a bombshells a tour. So Bryce up there, like, look, man, look at Trinity. She's great, man. Like, she's giving her a tour, man. Like, that's quality. That's quality. And then what did I don't know if anybody caught Corbin. Corbin was finna say, you don't even got to trip off the kiss. Something he was finna say. And he was like, yeah, y'all, cause y'all, he was like, yeah, man, cause y'all locked in or something like that. And I don't know why. And that could be me internalizing something. I was feeling like, Corbin, what you trying to say? Was you trying to say don't nobody want Trinity or something like that? Is that what you like? What the hell? He ain't got to worry about the kid. Like, what you trying to say? Either way, maybe I'm reading too much into it. She and Baya decided to give the ladies a tour. And when Bryce said, look at her, that's quality. I said, you think it's quality, but what she really trying to do is befriend her so she can find out how the hell do y'all know each other. Okay? That's what she really trying to do. She's trying to get the scoop on you. But Baya says that she doesn't have many female friends, but she's made some here. I said, oh, you don't? Interesting. Okay, then. What I'm thinking about is how that relates to Melanie and how they don't blend well for real, for real. But at the same time, I can't even say it got anything to do with Baya not having female friends. It's just the fact that Melanie do too fucking much. Cause all the other girls ain't doing half as much as what she doing. So I can't even say nothing. If that's what you got going on, that's what you got going on. All right. So Melanie and Sincere, they talk, and he tells her he felt very disrespected. And I think he told her he was embarrassed too, based on what she was doing. So he tells her that she was kissing everybody and ping ponging with him. Ping ponging is crazy. And ping ponging with him and Corbin. So she was about to laugh at first because she was going to say, I just, and she put her head down, but you could tell she wanted to laugh. The fact that she wanted to laugh in his face, he's a bit of a joke to her. I don't know why, but that's what it seems like, okay? I It is what it is, okay? She gonna say that she didn't know that was Corbin. She didn't know how he feel or whatever the case is. Sincere is just like, listen, I ain't saying don't have your fun. You know what I'm saying? Have your fun and explore. But when it come to playing games, like don't play games with me, cause I'm here for a reason. And I'm like, but I feel like you played the game the other day though. I feel like you was playing the game the other day when you talked to her all day. You know what I'm saying? But you pulled Kato. Oh, okay, I guess. All right. So he tells her the cherry on top of it all. Okay. He said the cherry on top of it all was Caleb, right? All we saw with his damn feet, and you over there tweaking. That boy said all we saw was this man on the cherry on top. Was the fact that all we saw was this man's feet and you over there tweaking. I said, baby, the way Sincere is eating, eating Melanie's ass up so effortlessly and so calmly. I was hollering, okay? All we saw was his feet, and you over there tweaking. What I like is how he just saying the words that I feel like I can connect to and relate to. First of all, the man said nigga in the confessional. Like, what? I said, I don't think I ever heard that on Love Island. Okay. Now he over here calling some of the girl over there tweaking. Bitch fell out. Like, what? So she says she keeps hurting his feelings, but it's not on purpose. Girl, shut the fuck. But this y'all girl, ain't it? This y'all girl. I mean, I do like Melanie. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't like some of her actions. Yeah, but I'm not no stan. Like some of y'all already have become a stan in a week. But like, damn, like I ain't been hurting your feelings, but I ain't been doing it on purpose. Okay, girl. She said she guess she just be doing too much. You're fucking right. Okay. So when you've been wondering why them dudes that you talk to be trying to skate out on your ass, it's because you do too much. Okay, you don't know how to chill sometimes. Okay, it says she really didn't know that was Corbin. Okay, girl. She said, but at the end of the day, everything that I feel for Sincere wasn't deleted. Everything I did, even though I had fun in the challenges and I did this and that, like none of it was deleted. And I hate that he feels that way. Oh, okay. So Sincere says that he wants reciprocation, right? And starts to blame himself because he feels like everything is right there in his face. Like she's showing you how she playing with you in your face. Let me try and move around in this villa. So she says she's sorry, and he tells her, "Don't say you sorry if you're really not." And he wasn't wrong to say that either. Like, don't say you sorry. Don't tell me you're sorry because you're not. Okay, come on, Rihanna. Um, you put on quite a show. Come on, really had me going. Now it's time to go. Kurt is finally clothing. That would be crazy if y'all done kick this damn girl off this show at some point. Okay, because the people not voting for her. But I do see Melanie being here for a little longer, honestly. Um, you did put on a damn show. And the curtain is gonna close on your ass when they sit up here and they put Sincere and Soul together. I want you to know that. Now the curtain may not close completely to where you're off the show, but the curtain will close on that connection for right now. At least for a day or two. I'm screaming. Let's keep going. So Casey and Anaya, right? So she's upset and tells him that he doesn't she tells him that I don't know if she said he does it a lot or whatever like that. Basically, she didn't like what happened. Okay. She didn't like the fact that he kind of made a joke. No, I think she said that's what she was telling him. She was upset at the fact that he was joking and he does it a lot or something like that. And then she tells him he had his arms all over the girl. And he says, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. But then she gets in the confessional and she says something like, you're gonna put your hands all over her. And you're gonna try and play me with what I seen with my own eyes. Okay, so did you lift up your mask? Because when she said, I said, how you know he put his arm over her? Who told you that? Did Trinity tell you that? Because she was like the first girl there. And I think she was able to take that mask off, right? And yeah, she was able, or no, she did. She had that mask on the whole time, so she didn't see. So how would you know? How would you know that? So he says the last thing he wants is to make her feel sad. And she says, okay. And then she still says that she's sad. So he's wiping away her tears and stuff. And she says he played too much and he made faces and stuff. And he said, dog, I laugh, I make jokes and stuff like, that's me. I mean, yeah, that's true. He does. And so she asked what he thinks about the bombshell. And he was like, well, Jen ain't really my type, but so, I mean, she's pretty or whatever. He says, I mean, I'm interested in exploring her if she wants to, explore and talk. He said, I'm cool with whatever. Like, if it happens, it happens. But if there is no connection over there, I don't see no point in like messing up what I got going on over here with you. I don't see no reason to end it or whatever. So she's like, okay, but that's not what she wanted to hear. What she wanted to hear was, I mean, they're attractive women. I'm more so attracted to Soul, but honestly, I like what we got going on. So I'm really not trying to go nowhere. Like, that's really what she wanted to hear. All right. So he says that he is sorry for embarrassing her and says he won't invalidate her feelings, which I can appreciate. And she says when Corbin came in, she didn't even do too much. And he was like, yeah, I was never worried about Corbin. And she was like, okay, Mr. Cocky. I thought the same thing. Like, okay, Cocky. I know that's right. Because he wasn't in to be worried about Hakeem. And so he was like, nah, it wasn't even that. It's just the fact that you never gave me a reason for me to be bothered by any of that. And she said, yeah, you see that? You see the difference? You see how I never gave you a reason? See how you were reassured? Yeah, I want that same thing in return. Right. So then he goes on to say that, it doesn't make him feel good to know that she's hurting. Okay. To know that he may have done something to her feelings or whatever. He doesn't like that. And seeing that obviously feelings are getting more involved, he's saying he got to get his shit together. And yeah, let's do that quickly, sir. Do that quickly. I think they genuinely like each other. Now, he may not have been her type in the beginning, or I ain't gonna say her type, but he may not have been the one that she was going after while in the villa, but they here now. I feel like it ain't no different than Serena and Cordell, because Cordell wanted Serena. Serena wasn't on him like that, right? I also feel like, and I don't know if I said this before, but I'm saying it now, and if so, I'll repeat myself. I do feel like when it comes to Anaya, she's probably used to dating black guys. So maybe she wanted to try something different and go over there and slide and date Sincere potentially. Maybe. Or maybe Sincere is her type and she just went over there and she wanted to stand at his door, even though he ended up choosing. Can I say this too? Even though he ended up choosing Melanie. The way that Sincere and Anaya sit and they talk and they be having so much in common and they be wanting reassurance, like I could see them being like the absolute best of friends. Out of everybody in this villa, I could see them being locked in like for life type thing. But at the same time, I'd be like, y'all know, I be kind of over the kissing on the show, but I sleep be like, can y'all go ahead and kiss? Matter of fact, can y'all just couple up? I feel like I would like to see that. I really like KC, don't get it twisted. Like KC, like her with KC, but I'm like, damn, I wish I could have saw what that coupling would have been like if Sincere and Anaya would have got together. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked to have seen that, but I think Sincere like his light brights. So Zach and Kayla, he's disappointed with about how she showed up when it came to Caleb and how her legs was all up in the air wrapped around or whatever the case. He ain't like that. So he tells her, when it came to, or at least he tell her he got feelings for her. Like he started to have feelings for her. He felt like she really enjoyed the kiss a little too much. She says she's sorry or whatever. And he says, y'all were angry at us when y'all found out that we were over there kissing the bombshells, and then this guy come out and you turned around and acted like that. Like, he's like, that's not cool. You did the very thing that you really didn't want me to do. But okay, so she apologizes to him again. And he says in the confessional that he didn't enjoy get this now. He says he didn't enjoy seeing her with a guy she just met. I said, Zach, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, boy. Shut up. As if Y'all two wasn't in a big ass bed with Bryce and had her rolling over to your side. Y'all probably was over there fondling each other, kissing, rubbing, touch. And she had just met you that night. What you talking about? And she all up under you. What? But it's a guy she just met. So, but you would have been okay seeing her kiss the other guys, I guess, which is what Sincere was saying. Like, I don't mind her kissing y'all, but the way that she was acting and was it that? Like, shut the fuck up, boy. Anyway, so he also told her that he told the bombshells that he was closed off. I said, no, you didn't. You didn't say that. You just said you were happy with where you are. I'm sorry. Being happy with where you are versus closed off, like, no, you're not. I feel like those are two different things. It's one thing to be really happy with where you are, i.e., KC. He appears to be really happy with where he is, but they are not closed off. So why are you then going to Kata telling her that you told the girls you were closed off? You lied. And you know why you did that, Zach? And this is why you start showing your ass and acting away. The reason that Zach did that was because Zach wanted Kata to say, we're closed off. Are we? Oh, great, we're closed off. He thought she was going to adopt that same mindset because he felt insecure and jealous with watching her all up under somebody else. And he saw how real it could get with somebody snatching his girl from up under him. That's what he wanted. And when she didn't give him what he wanted, even though it was cool in that moment, he started acting in her ass later on that day. But we'll get into it. So Bryce says that he isn't interested in the bombshell. Okay, Jen. He vibes. I think he said he vibes better with Kenzie or something. Was that Bryce that said that? No, I think it was Corbin. I think he said Corbin says that he wasn't interested in the bombshells and he has a better vibe with Kenzie. He says if Kenzie switches up on him and says that if she switches up and goes with somebody else, he said he just gonna have to be single and vulnerable unless something sparks somewhere else. So we'll see. That's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder, okay. All right. Either way, let's get to bedtime. This is where Zach starts acting weird. So Kata is in his face. She's wanting to kiss him and stuff. He had like he don't want to kiss her. He just laying there acting like a straight a hoe for me, right? But the real thing is he is mad that Kata did not take that bait of saying that they are closed off after 1 week of being in a damn villa. And seeing that she was not ready to say that or agree with that is the real reason he started acting hella damn funny. Yeah. Uh-huh. And the realization started to sit the hell in for you. While you all locked in on her, she's still out here being open. So you come out better being open too. So Zach tells Bryce he feels like he's in a relationship and it's stressing him out. I said, you stressing your damn self out. You got yourself feeling like you're in a relationship, sir. So Sincere is tired of being played with. So he will be putting his eggs in more baskets, he said. Gabe and Soul. So y'all know everybody go downstairs. I thought it was bedtime. It wasn't bedtime. I think everybody was getting ready so they could like go back down and have drinks and stuff. So they go outside. Gabe wasted no time to pull Soul for a chat. Was it? No, because that was daytime. I'm thinking something different. So either way, next day they go outside. Gabe pulls Soul for a chat. He took her to Soul Ties because he wanted to be ducked off, baby. He wanted to be ducked off so nobody could see what he was finna do. But meanwhile, Trinity and Anaya was watching them go over there to Soul House. Like, what the hell is he doing? Is he crazy taking a girl to Soul House? What you got going on? Okay. So he was like, he couldn't wait to get over there, wasting no time and said, and now I know what I want. Cause I think he tried to say something about he liked her hair or how she looks or whatever like that. No, he said, I know if I get with you, I'm gonna be turning heads. She said, yeah, I turn heads all the time or whatever. He was like, yeah, and now I know what I want. And now I know what I want. And you know what I want. You know what I'm saying? You know what I want. All of that. And then he goes in to kiss her. Baby, she kissed this nigga and just when she go like this, I like that kind of action. I don't think I've seen a single person come on Love Island and be like, that shit off me. Maybe some people did this before. Maybe some people wiped them out. I don't know. But when Miss Girl took her arms, I said, I felt that. I felt it. I felt that, girl. She said, it's something about it. When I kiss people, I could taste, their pheromones. And, when she's kissing them, and she says, if I'm kissing you or whatever, she says, my body will turn completely off from them if she could taste all of that. I'm so proud. It's given he looked just like he tastes, so she already knew it was gonna be bad. Like, I mean, he's an attractive man, but as he talks and moves throughout the villa, it's just ugh. Girl, my girl done sat up there and tasted the islands and the streets. Okay? She done tasted the islands and the streets and see that all of this shit don't mix. This is not good. This is not good for somebody's health. The way she should have went and got some mouthwash, brushed her teeth, rinsed, spit, and spit that shit out. Cause I don't know what gum disease or something your ass got. Hell no. Okay, so Anaya see them, she walked past, okay? And baby, one thing about my girl Soul is real good for playing off kisses. Like she ain't just did something. You a sneaky little helpful, but it's okay. So Gabe is like, anybody see us? Anybody see us? Yeah, they saw. They saw. I think Anaya saw from where she was at. So Trinity and Bryce are talking and they talk about Mel and Corbin. Bryce is not buying the BS that Mel is putting out there saying that she did not know she was kissing Corbin. So he said Sincere talked to one girl and she done flipped the whole villa upside down. I said, baby, come on. Because that's the same thing y'all said about the girl from last season, okay? But keep in mind, when I say that this young lady has been 2.0, I'm not saying that she is exactly like Miss H lady and beyond. But what I am saying is that she's another version of her. It may not be to that exact extreme, but that is what I mean when I say 2.0, okay? She's another version of her ass. And there have not been many instances where you don't see the similarities. Like they're not the exact same similarities. She's not fully terrorizing the villa, right? But she's still done some stuff. Okay. Like the boy said, she turned the whole villa upside down and I'm screaming. And I feel like if she did more than what we saw, producers, they didn't show it for some reason. Maybe because of how we reacted to shit last season or something. I don't know. But that was enough for Bryce to confirm what a lot of us was already thinking. Okay. But all in all, so he said Sincere talked to the one girl. She ain't like it. She flipped the villa upside down. All right. Bryce says the guys are upset, but he isn't. Okay. He not upset with Trinity because he felt like Trinity handled everything very, very well. And he tells Trinity that she's good. Like, you ain't got nobody in here to be worried about. Okay. So if you think I'm gonna pick somebody else, don't worry about that. You and I, we see each other. We are good over here. Now, Sincere and Anaya over there talking, and he's talking about the disrespect that happened with him. She's talking about the disrespect she felt KC gave with her. So they're over there bonding over their people playing with dads, okay? Over their connections playing with them. So Anaya says that KC didn't make her feel reassured at all. And Sincere said, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you know, like he did say that Soul looked like his ex, you know what I'm saying? Without the cut, without the pixie cut. She kind of looked like her, but without the pixie cut, you know what I'm saying? But don't tell him I told you that, baby. Anaya didn't give a damn about none of that. Okay. No, when Anaya got pissed off, I don't give a damn what you telling me not to say. I'm saying it all. If we go tell it, might as well tell it all. So I said, listen, I did say this though when he told her not to tell, I said, you ain't gotta worry about that. Cause movie night gonna tell. Well, Anaya ended up telling before movie night could get there. But let's keep going. So while you got Sincere and Anaya talking, you got Mel and KC over here talking. And she's still saying that she did not know that was Corbin. Baby, the way KC was sipping that drink, like, yeah, sure. Sure, Jan. You're right. Sure, girl. Right? So he like, cut that shit out, girl. Stop playing. Like, you knew who that man was. Like, everybody in here are different shapes and sizes, all of that. You knew. She knew. She knew. So Kata and Zach, right? It's not even 24 hours, right? Not even 24 hours. And Zach is now regretting him saying he's closed off. And I was like, shut up, clown. Now he's saying he regrets saying that he was closed off or whatever the case is. And I'm like, you only regret it because she didn't say it back. You only regret it because she wasn't up there with you. I think Zach is really feeling a way about her not saying it back. That's just what it is. Okay. So Zach pulls Jen. And I'm like, you just was closed off. You was just happy in your coupling, and then now you want to talk to. Oh, okay then. So Kata said, oh, he's trying to get a reaction out of me, and it's pissing me off. He's almost about to get the reaction that he wants for real. So Kata gets pulled for a chat by Caleb. So she started being all loud. Oh, sure, yeah. Where you want to go? You want to go to Soul Ties? I said, oh baby, now you over here on your damn Melanie, just a piece. So Kata is now saying that she's open and how she's excited to talk to Caleb and how she enjoyed their kiss and all this and that after telling Zach that the damn boy wasn't her type. I said, I don't know what's going on no more. Everybody be in this village just lying. So Sincere pulls Soul for a chat. And he talking to Soul about stuff that I don't really think he talked to Melanie about. For real, for real. Right? So Melanie thinks she done effed up, right? She don't know how to balance being in a couple and having fun, right? So she says that she keeps testing him because she's used to men playing games. So she want to play the games too. Oh, okay then. Well, all right. Well, we're gonna see how the games go. So Sincere tells Soul he's open because the connection he's in now is more about him putting himself first, right? I guess he tried to put her first, I suppose. But I don't think you did because you pulled Kato for a chat. So you really kind of started all of this, sir, when you pulled Kato for a chat. And she's now getting you back and you really don't know how to take it, Haki. All right. And I also felt like she already got her lick back a little bit when she pulled what's his name? Corbin for a chat. Now you over here being extra about the dude that's coming to see Kenzie. That's where you did too much. Okay. But either way, so Soul says that she's not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, right? When she was asking about his connection with Melanie, and she was like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. And it kind of was like, don't use me to hurt nobody's feelings because I ain't trying to do that, right? So he like, I know, he said, but I gotta worry about my own feelings though at the end of the day. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings either. But I gotta put me first, Jack. So then Melanie says that she's not used to a good guy, right? She's not used to good guys, and she thinks it's too good to be true when it comes to Sincere, and she already know that she's self-sabotaging. Okay. Well, now you know. Melanie, while Melanie is over there trying to figure her life out, Sincere is over there going to town with somebody else. I guess his pheromones aren't bothering Soul so much. Okay. He says it was the best kiss he's had in some time. And how long have you been in the villa? What do you mean by some time, sir? Is clearly, you've been there for a week. So you must be talking about pre-villa. Oh, child, this some mess. This is some messy shit. So Corbin and Kenzie, right? Corbin and Kenzie tells him that she thinks Caleb is cute. She kept it honest. She says she likes his accent, right? She thought he was a good kisser or whatever. She hasn't had the conversation with him yet. But, in the midst of them talking, Corbin seems to be respecting it, but he also turns around and tells Kenzie that he thinks she could do better than Caleb. And we think she could do better than you. So what's going on? Okay. And some part of me feels like I'm hoping Kenzie chooses Caleb and likes the connection because I feel like the interest she has in Caleb and Corbin, it looks like she's leaning towards Caleb, similar to Sean. It looked like she was leaning more towards Sean, but her ass ended up choosing Corbin. Or at least Corbin ended up choosing her, but she said she would have chosen him too. So when it comes to this guy, it's like it looked like she leaning over there, but she may still fall back on Corbin ass. Ain't no telling. But good luck. Anaya tells KC that Sincere told her that the girl looks like his ex. So she over there talking to KC and she going off and she just and he not getting a word in. She getting it all off her chest, okay? And Sincere told me that she looks like your ex, and then you said this, and then you said that, and then you did this, and she won't let him say nothing, but she did end it. Like, tell me, like, just be straightforward, okay? Like, can you see this going somewhere beyond the villa? Because I can see this going somewhere. Like just rambling off. And KC is like, okay, damn. He said, yes, she is attractive, right? But I'm not about to throw what we have away off of just one day. I'm not going to do that. He tells her he is interested in her and that he cares about her too. So I was like, okay, that's what she needed to hear. And she said she feels better after the talk or whatever. Sincere told Zach that, so all in all, they had a cute scene. It seems like he reassured her and we gonna see. I don't know. Sincere told Zach that he has talked to Soul today and they kissed. So they in the bathroom. He was like, "You talked to Soul?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Did you kiss?" He was like, "No." He was like, "Blink. Blink twice if you did." So he blinked twice. He was like, "Does anybody know?" He was like, "No." Crazy. Sincere was holding that close to the vest, okay? He didn't even tell Casey. He didn't tell Night. He didn't tell nobody. Close to the vest until he told Zach. So Gabe pulls Jen for a chat. They chat. They seem to vibe. Of course, he pulling people for a chat so they can get he can get a kiss. And I'm just ugh. Well, he could go. He can go. Like that's the number one I kind of want out. He's just I'm cool. He could go. He could go first, actually. Anaya tries to tell Baya about Gabe pulling Soul for a chat earlier, and Baya gets defensive, in my opinion, and says he's gonna do what he wants to do. Like, why am I gonna get upset if he just, it's just wasted energy. Like, why would I do that? Okay, she says something about making herself more anxious for, like, why would I make myself more anxious for a man that's not my man? Says the woman in the confessional that was worried about being so all in on him and being afraid that if he couples up with somebody else, then you're gonna be stuck like Chuck. Like, girl, shut up. Shut up, girl. You should be worried. Okay. But I kind of don't fault you either for not wanting to be too worried, considering the fact that y'all are open. And this is what's gonna happen. I don't think Anaya meant anything by it. I don't think Anaya meant for you to get upset. I don't think Anaya meant to get a reaction out of you. I think she was just trying to give you a heads up as she would want a heads up. Okay. But you already knew what was gonna happen anyway. But Kenzie and Caleb talk. I do like the connection between these two. Kenzie gonna say it's weird for her to have two connections at once. I said, Kenzie, shut the fuck. It was a lot of shut the fuck ups for me. Girl, shut the fuck up. You just had a connection with damn Corbin and Sean at the same time. Like, shut up, girl. Anyway, um, Kenzie, I feel as the vibe is happening, she put her hands in his hair. I said, baby, Kenzie couldn't wait to rub her hands through some cock Asian hair. Do you hear me, baby? Because them fingers was not finna go smooth through the damn hair Corbin guy. I'm not gonna hold you. Okay? You may have been able to rub it on the top, but thinking that you finna put them fingers through, it wasn't gonna work like that. So she had been waiting to rub her fingers through some hair. Some cock Asian hair hand. I said, okay. I hope he really likes her though. I like this vibe better, honestly. I could see this connection being more than just a sexual connection. Every time she sits with Corbin, they talk about some level of sex. When they sat down earlier, he was talking about, oh, my fantasy, and I had my fantasy, and this and that. And da-da-da. Then eventually he talked about his competition. But y'all ain't really talking about shit for real. Whereas this guy talked about the amount of kids he wants, where he's from, what he wants for his future. Like, I just feel like the conversations are different. And I like Kenzie and the cowboy. Like, let's do that. Let's send Corbin on his way. Let's send Corbin and Gabe out the door. So Soul pulls Sincere for a chat, and Melanie feel like she done fucked up because you have. You have. Soul comes right down there in Melanie face. Sincere, can I pull you for a chat? Here for it. Fist pump. So Sincere says Soul is giving him butterflies, baby. A damn mess. Not butterflies. So she's giving him butterflies, right? And Soul says that she will let him tell Miss Melanie about the kiss. And he said, I ain't tell her name yet. But I mean, yeah, if she asks me about it, like I'll tell her, but I'm not gonna willingly give her no damn information. Like, what you think this is? Like, I ain't gonna do that. So Melanie says that she fits better with Sincere than Soul does, even though she feels like Soul is beautiful, she feels like she fits better. You think so? I don't know. I'm over here wondering if Soul and him were together from the beginning, would I have liked them better? I just feel like a lot of people may be attached to Sincere and Mel because they've been together since day one. So maybe, but I don't know. Let's see. Now, Baya tells her to let it go. Let it go. It is what it is. And Melanie said, you're right. It is. She was like, but I won't Sincere. So she gets up to go find him. That is another moment to me of slightly, it's kind of being disrespectful. The boy just got up and walked off. Now, I don't think it's wrong to ask to pull somebody for a chat, right? But at least give them the time for the chat. And it didn't seem like he had much time for the chat before you went over there and wanted to pull him. And I don't see an issue with her pulling him for a chat. That's not my issue. It's the timing for me. Like, damn, he just got up. Like, you gonna let him talk? Because when she was talking to Corbin that time, he let her talk while he was over there talking to Anaya. And he kind of wanted to pour her for a chat. And Anaya was like, yeah, pull it. He was like, I don't think she'll want to talk to me. You think so? And I was like, yeah, you should. Like, go talk. But Corbin and Melanie had time to actually talk. I feel like shit, most of Mel and I'm sorry, most of Sincere and Soul's time was spent walking all the way up to the damn room that they got to. So let them folks talk or kiss. Okay. So Corbin asked what they when Mel walks off to go find. And then that's the other thing, to go find this man to interrupt his chat with something about it. It is what it is. She got a right to at least go and say, hey, babe. She got a right to go get him. You know, I think that's fair game to go and get him. So Corbin asked, what y'all think about Mel and Sincere? And Anaya says I like them. Like, I mean, they don't have great communication. It's kind of bad communication. And Baya says, no, she has bad communication. Child, listen, I kind of agree with that. I feel like Sincere can sit and express himself and tell her how she feels. Now, does that mean Sincere is not full of shit? No, Sincere do be full of shit at times. However, he knows how to better communicate though. And so KC says, I think he said that makes sense or something like that when Baya says it. And no. I think he said they make sense. When it comes to them, like, okay, they make sense. They look good together, whatever. And she said, but do they make sense because they were together since day one? I said, exactly. Those were my thoughts too. Like, why do we think they make sense with each other? Is it because we got to watch their connection develop longer? Is that why it makes sense? Maybe so. That's probably why I feel like Casey and Anaya's connection makes sense. So if somebody else came in, I don't know if I would want to see them with somebody else because I'm more attached to them. Now, only thing is, I would not mind seeing what Anaya and Sincere would look like together. Okay, I wouldn't mind seeing that. So if any of them got kicked out the villa, y'all can definitely pull a stunt like y'all did with Olandria and Nick and bring those two back. Okay, but they gotta come back coupled up with each other. Like I'm willing to see something like that happen. All right. Um, what else? So yeah. Either way, I kind of understood where Baya was coming from. So Corbin says, imagine life outside the villa. Imagine life with them outside the villa. And I think some of the people was like, oh yeah, hell no. I think even KC said something about it being crazy if it was outside the damn villa. It'll be crazy. Meanwhile, Sincere and upstairs over there with damn Soul. Him and Soul up there. They all getting, googly eyed and shit. All right. And let me tell you, as Melanie is walking upstairs, this is what had me hollering. The music. The music they played that says you get what you deserve. I said, no, y'all better focus. Like, what? No, y'all didn't. You get what you deserve. All I did was laugh. So Melanie bust into the room. She didn't really bust in there, but she slowly started to come into the room. I'm sorry, y'all, with the crack in between the door. I think Melanie definitely saw them kiss. She definitely saw them kiss. They heard her coming though. So that kissing, Soul getting up. She kissed him. She turned around. She walk off. And it really was kind of like what she did with Gabe, pulled away. You been a side chick before, haven't you, Soul? Some about that is giving sneaky, freaky, sneaky. Yes, you have. So either way, Melanie asked, well, what happened here? No, I think somebody said right on time or just in time or something. Well, what happened here? So he said a lot. And he pulls her outside. He's like, she's super cool or whatever. I was like, damn, he finna tell her about the kiss. So he tells her that he is open to exploring Soul. Because those two are in a couple, he's trying to not continue to get to know Mel too and not let the situation go completely. But he is open to exploring her. So Melanie tells him, right? She's like, she tells him, like, I like you a lot and I want to date you outside of this or whatever the case is. She says that she's getting sad seeing him get closer with somebody else, which is interesting because he had just told you that the other night when you were over there getting closer to Corbin. Meanwhile, Soul told Casey and Corbin that she had a good chat with Sincere, and she also said she enjoyed her chats with him. And this is Love Island. You're not nobody's boyfriend until somebody tells her that like we girlfriend boyfriend. She don't give a damn about what none of y'all talk about. I said, you know what? I ain't mad at it because if we not supposed to be mad. Let y'all tell it, and the fact that well she just pulled such and such for a chat. She could do that. She could pull Corbin. She could interrupt the conversation because they ain't talking about nothing and pull them for a chat. Well, guess what? My girl Soul can impede on whatever the hell Mel and Sincere got going on. Okay, I'm screaming. So Melanie asked if they kissed in the speakeasy because that's really what she wanted to know. He said, "Yeah, we did." Her face changed. They probably did a beat drop too. So he said, no one can compare to you though. You know, he said the good that we got, like nobody can compare to that. Boy, shut your ass up. Mr. She makes me feel giddy. Mr. She gives me butterflies. Shut up. When I tell y'all it was so much shut your ass up, it was so much of that this episode. Because now this is Slick playing in her face too. No one can compare to you though. Well, she comparing very well to her right about now. Sir. He tells Melanie, like, I do like you and I do want this connection to work. Yeah, I want this connection to work if the one that I'm trying to do with Soul don't work out. Okay? So she's pissed and she ready to damn near walk off. Like, listen, do what you got to do for you. You know, at the end of the day, whatever you think is the best decision. You already know how I feel. I already told you what it is. So she about ready to get the hell on. So Miss Ma'am is pissed the hell off. She stayed there for a second and listened to whatever else he had to say. But then she got ready to walk the fuck off. Like, I can't take it. Like, I'm good. Like, leave me alone. Like you playing. Girl, this gonna be a mess here. So y'all know we don't got no episode tonight, but we do got one on tomorrow. All right. But yeah, that's all I got. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Okay. Let me know how you felt about the episode and everything we discussed on today. I think I covered it all. I'm Jamie, that's me. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Family, over fame, get the money. That's why we came. Fuck the world, these niggas lame. Straight out the trench, it never change. You can't ride up in my lane. Honor my niggas whenever I speak. A hustle each day of the week. Honor my wife and my son. I can't hang with no sucker. These niggas be weak. Chasing these bras, popping your guns on the cover. These niggas be free. Talking that shit, but ain't crossing the street of my city. We said you sweet. Minding my business, I stay on my toes. I'm making my way to my